Are you scared? Well, you should be. There's no backup plan. There's no safety net.
Nuclear power! Where's against? Nuclear power! Where's against? Nuclear power!
Alternative energy is the way to go. Let's give power back to the people. Just say no.
I found it! There it is, right there.
Weapons of mass destruction were discovered in Toronto's West End.
We're speaking with Dorothy Golden Rosenberg. We were very disturbed about what was going on in that GE plant because we were given to understand that they were manufacturing the pellets for the nuclear reactors, that the pellets were being manufactured there, and that they were then shipped to Peterborough to another GE plant where they were put into the fuel rods for the nuclear reactors.
That we had not adequately notified the public.
There's no sign outside that says this is a plant that's manufacturing the pellets for the fuel rods for the nuclear reactors that are going to be producing nuclear energy on Lake Ontario, and radioactive tritium is going to be going into your drinking water every single day in terms of routine emissions.
Neighborhood nuclear superiority.
We followed all of the guidelines for public consultation. Indeed, we went above and beyond what was expected or required.
No, there was no sign about what it was. There was no sign about what was being manufactured.
It's quite natural to think that the public is satisfied.
Can you tell me about the danger of low-level radiation?
Yes, this is ionizing radiation.
You know what happens? Meltdown. Total meltdown.
It will be sounded by means of maroons like this.
Zero impact to the public health.
Ionizing radiation it's a carcinogen, a mutagen, and a teratogen, which means it crosses the placental barrier to cause harm.
Such that the exposure to the public can be regarded as a trivial dose. So you can see that there is practically zero impact to the environment or the public around in terms of uranium.
There is good and bad in everyone.
I called NNS, and they really helped by inflaming my natural paranoia and reinforcing my territorial imperative. And you know what? This tactical nuclear warhead just attached to my garden hose with ordinary hand tools. Oh, jeez.
Like the whole country is on the move. Yeah. We are a gentle, angry people.
And the harm can be in many, many ways. It can be birth defects, it can be cancer, it can be diseases, it can be a reduced immune system. If women are in the area and they are pregnant, all the eggs of a baby girl are formed in the first trimester of pregnancy. Those are all the eggs she's ever going to have. If those eggs are damaged, then that child, that baby itself, or generations in the future could be damaged. We don't know. But this is the issue that is very much of concern because those are what we call windows of vulnerability. Whenever the cells are rapidly multiplying and chemicals or radiation affect those rapidly multiplying cells, those are times when the tiniest amounts of chemicals or radiation can cause havoc. And this is the reality of excuse me. And this is the reality of ionizing radiation, and it's well known. The International Agency for Research on Cancer documents it as a known human carcinogen, and we really need to stop that whole process.
Should this not be located in a populated neighborhood?
I am very surprised. We were very surprised to find that it was there. We had no idea that it was there until it was pointed out. But it has been there for a number of years, and perhaps it was built there when it was an industrialized area. It's still doing what it's doing. It is very problematic because if radiation is escaping and it's an area where there's housing and there are people and there are families and there are children, people can be affected by the impacts, by the health impacts of radiation, which are very well known and very well documented.
Thank you.
It's very scary.
And what do you do for a living, or what's your title?
I teach about environmental and ecosystem health at OISE UT. I work as an educator, as a community educator as well. I work in academia and in community. I work with the Toronto Cancer Prevention Coalition.
So why would we communicate when we had nothing to communicate?
The issue is not to be afraid of radiation. The issue is to understand it and to respect it, just like any other energy source.
Nuclear energy is America's largest source of clean air electricity. So, nuclear energy can provide made-in-America electricity while protecting the environment. Nuclear.
At last, our plan to make the public believe we are doing something to save the climate, blah, blah.
Germany said no more. They've already shut down 7 reactors and plan to shutter the rest by 2022. And Belgium by 2025. Switzerland said no more, as has Italy, Austria, and Japan is next.
GE Hitachi Nuclear Energy, provider of advanced reactors, nuclear fuel, and reactor services.
Oh yeah, and we can thank GE as the manufacturer of the Fukushima plant that blew up that's irradiating the Earth right now.
What about the CNSC role in this? So the CNSC has looked into this property a number of times. There was not a lot digging into the ground to confirm things. If someone did dig in the misspelled porthole for any reason, that there was a resurvey done around that property.
CNSC's a real farce, brother to TEPCO there in Japan, both keen to be kind to the nuclear plan. Look at what arrogance can do. They said all was safe, but it wasn't true. And now it's just up to me and you. We've got to take care